Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, you guys can hear in the background here, you can hear it's pretty quiet because you know what day it is, guys. You know it's Columbus Day, but you know who's coming at you live from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange? It's this guy. He's bringing the heat today. That's right, that's this guy. He's bringing the heat. This is Hoy Soy, this is Eric V. I am the voice of FutureSquawk. I do expect today to be pretty quiet day in the way of the floor and the pit trade here, guys. I do also expect today to be quiet in the E-mini contract, as this is this is definitely a holiday session. You guys normally hear, those of you guys who pay attention, listen to, and follow me on my live streams, guys. You guys normally hear significant price activity, current trade occurring in the background. Yeah, you can hear the interest rate products, you can hear the foreign exchange products, you can hear all those products live in the morning from 7:30 on, when I usually get started here at 8 o'clock. But guys, you know what today is. You know, being a holiday, we are off the interest rates. We're off the euro dollar. They're just taking it easy, aren't they? So yeah, guys, that's what we are seeing here. We are seeing overlapping. We are seeing quiet. We are seeing absolutely quiet trading today. So I do want to bring that to your attention. Is that the quiet aspect of the trade is something that we will likely have for you for the majority of the day today, and likely something that will continue. Probably into tomorrow as well. Probably into tomorrow at noon, is when I expect to see something come back in here, but not before then. So guys, we are seeing HP is saying that their sprocket is the second edition is available for $129.99 at HP.com, Best Buy, and Amazon.com. But guys, we are seeing we did see over the weekend, we did see some in the session Sunday night, we did see some selling come in across all four of the majors. Guys, I do want to bring that to your attention. I do want to talk about what we saw on Friday, how we talked about the lack of paper participation, because there wasn't a lot, guys. To be completely honest with you, the last couple of weeks, paper has not been participating the same way that it has been over the previous several months. Paper has been fairly directional in its trade up until the last couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks, paper has really, honestly, just taken some time and has stepped back. It appears has stepped back from the buying, and you can definitely see that being. We're trading right now, guys. We're trading a good solid 60 points right now off of those all-time highs, and even after that off that swing high from, what was it, guys? Was that Wednesday? That was Wednesday. So Wednesday we saw selling, Thursday saw selling, Friday saw selling, and today we're still seeing some continuation here. So definitely something I would want to bring to your attention. Those of you guys who are in the chat room, I did post up James Bullard, who is who's with the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, did have a speech this morning, and I did post that up. He talks about some of the consequences of U.S. what's it called, guys? Let me just he has U.S. forecast, and he calls it some consequences of the U.S. growth surprise, talking about how the Fed expected only a 2% GDP growth, and how we've definitely seen more than that. And so with that, I've looked at it really quickly, but guys, that he says with higher GDP growth, we are going to need to see better capital utilization, and we are going to need to see productivity. We're going to need to see productivity increase to keep up. Otherwise, there's going to be some negative consequences associated with that. But guys, we are trading the 85 quarters last, 85 evens by 85 quarters here in the ES. let's take a look at, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, guys. I'm going to zoom in on the ES on the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to zoom out. Oh, wait a second, I'm confused. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I just got a text message I have to respond to, and I will be right back with you. Alright guys, so I responded to that text. But yeah guys, so on the 4-hour time frame, let's take a look at it on the ES. Let's start there. Guys, as you can see here on the 4-hour time frame, we clearly would trade back below that that 92 quarter, guys. We would trade back below that 92 quarter. We definitely invalidated that 4-hour lean that we had established, guys. That 4-hour overlapping price activity that we had all the way back starting. I guess we can call it back on 827 all the way through 920. Guys, we had almost a month of overlapping price activity, with the lows being the 67s, 2867s, and the highs being the 2918s, guys. And we did see overlapping price activity. We did see another rotation back up, unable to sustain trade up into those 47s like we just saw. We came back down, and we invalidated. We sustained some trade, guys. We talked about 8 full hours below that 92 area, guys, and we did get back up into them. We traded up into the 97s. What were the highs, guys? The 98 quarters were the highs in the overnight session, and yeah, we've come back off. We're trading the 85 even by 85 quarters most recently. So guys, unable to see anything sustained above that 93 half that we were looking for. And I do believe, guys, that has invalidated our 4-hour lean. So guys, that's our 4-hour lean being invalidated on the ES. We did talk about that on Friday. We did talk about that invalidation, guys, with that sustained trade. We did see all the way down into the 87 halves, I believe, on Thursday. But that was a great buying spot. But guys, as we rolled back through it and all the way down into the lows of the day on Friday, were the 73 quarters, if I'm not mistaken. 73 halves, something like that, were the lows of the day. I can confirm for you. 73 quarters. But yeah, guys, as we did trade through that was quite the move down, and definitely calls into question this 4-hour lean. So guys, I think that our 4-hour lean is gone. But guys, let's go into a 30-minute time frame. You guys can clearly see what I'm seeing here. I think that on the 30-minute time frame, we have the balance on the highs. We have a first area balance lower, guys, right? A large overlapping price activity lower. We did see rotation all the way back up into the 98s in the overnight session, guys. I think that 2901.75, 2901 half is where we need to put our invalidation on the 30-minute time frame. So that's the 2901 half. Okay, and that's our 30-minute invalidation, guys. And our short lean bias on the 5-minute time frame. Do we have one? I think we do. I don't think we have a choice but to have one at this point, especially with what we've seen in the overnight session. We'll talk about where we know we're wrong. And guys, hoping for a rotation back down, guys. I am really interested in seeing what we do at we're trading 375s at 4 evens now, guys. I'm really interested to see what we do if we make it down into 65, 66s. That's a key area for me. That's somewhere that I am definitely going to be spending some time paying attention to if we get back down there. Now we're talking about 20 points lower, guys. We're talking about another 20 points lower. So iShares MSCI Brazil ETF is up 8.9% after the first round presidential vote, guys. So wow, that's it's not nothing. we are seeing, I still like that 93 half, guys. 93.75, as you guys can see on my chart. I think that this is the last area balance. We are seeing attempt near the lower extreme of this balance. I think the 82 halves are going to be 82 halves of the overnight lows. I think that's it's possible that we test that. If we do test that, we'll see what happens there. But guys, I do think that the trend is currently down. I think first place to look on the 5-minute time frame is the 90s, the 90 quarters, guys. I do think that that's a good place to be looking, and so that's why I'm going to keep my short lean bias is at 90 quarters. If we can get initiative out of balance, if we cannot see initiative out of balance, guys, then I think that we have to leave it at the up here into that 94 that we talked about, guys. That 93.75 that we talked about yesterday. So let's take a look at it. Let's see what we can see. But guys, I am looking at 29.01 halves as a key area on the 4-hour. I'm looking at the 94 halves, 93.75s, 94s. Let's just call it 94s just to be even. And on the 30-minute, and I am looking at a short lean bias on the 5-minute time frame up into the 28.90s, 28.90 quarters on the ES. Also am seeing here, guys, let's go ahead and let's take a look at that. Let's look at the NASDAQ next. Same thing with the NASDAQ, guys. We did see overlapping price activity here in the overnight session, and NASDAQ was actually stronger technically than the ES was. And guys, we were looking for a trade through the range of 74.01s, guys, all the way up into the 74.32s. That was kind of like our chop zone that we had established. We're trading the 98s right now, so that's the 73.98s. Guys, I do think that that is the first indication of continuation to the downside. I do think that is I think that definitely says something to us. Says, hey, you look at me, and with sustained trade below that, guys, I think that any long lean that we had established into the Friday close, guys, I think that starts to go away. So we're trading in 97s, 73, 96, 75s last, guys. 3 halves by 375s in the ES before the open. So guys, I do think on the let's go out to the 4-hour time frame. We are into those key areas. We did see sustained below them, but guys, if we get back through those 90s, yeah, I think that we clearly invalidated that lean yesterday. On Friday, I'm sorry, we clearly invalidated that lean with trade initiative out of balance up in the 72.28, 77.28s, and then back down through the 7400s, through the lower extreme of this area balance that we've been able to establish from the 76.90s. All 95s all the way down to 74.20s, guys, to 73.90s. So somewhere in there, but yeah, we were able to see initiative out of balance the upside and then trade back down through the lower extreme, which invalidates our 4-hour lean. So guys, that is clearly gone away at this point. On the 30-minute time frame, yeah, guys, you can clearly see here on the 30-minute time frame, if you want to keep it tight, I think that it's a great place is the 75.01s, guys. 75.01s. That's still 100 points higher. It's still quite the directional trade that we've had coming in here most recently. So guys, we are we have no bias, guys. No key areas of interest in the 4-hour. Let me just be very clear about that. No bias on the 4-hour. On the 30-minute, guys, we do have a short lean bias, right? In the 30-minute key area, guys, is we're looking at a price pattern into 75.01. And on the 5-minute time frame, if we have a 30-minute bias, we are currently looking at the lower extreme of this area balance on the 5-minute time frame as well. So guys, we can establish even from the overnight session that we have established. We can establish that we have seen overlapping price activity, guys. We're just 10 points off the lower extreme of this previous area of balance. Through key areas, guys, I think we can establish the trade back up above until we see trade through the 32s, guys. I think it's definitely hard to see anything to the long side. You can say the 24s are the first line in the sand, but I really think the 32s, and we're talking about the 74 32s, as some sort of hope for continuation. But yeah, guys, so I think it's clear that we do have a short lean bias, right? On the 5-minute, key area is price pattern into, we're talking about 74.22 and 74.32. So yeah, we're talking about that range. And why I say 42 74.22 first is because currently, guys, if you look at the chart that I have here for you, we are currently initiative out of balance below this range that we had put in from the 74.22s all the way down into the 74.02s. We're trading initiative out of balance below that. If we were to come back up and trade back up through that upper extreme right now, then without seeing anything lower below this lower extreme, this 86 half that we had put in the overnight session, guys, what was our low? It was the 87s, guys. If we were just without seeing trade back below those 87s, yeah, I think that would be our first line in the sand at the 22s. However, if we do see trade back below that, we would have to see trade all the way back up through the middle of the previous area of balance, guys, all the way back up through the 34s. So it's somewhere in there, 33s, 34s, somewhere like that, guys, is what we're looking at. We're looking at 375s by 4 evens right now. We're talking about the 83.75s by 84s in the ES. So, guys, that crude has found a little bit of a bid off those lows, guys. We're down spot 8%. We were down we're down 80 cents. I apologize for that, guys. We were yeah, and we were down at one point over $1.10 today. I did see us trade over $1.10, guys. It's 8:18 and the pit is pretty quiet still, guys. We are seeing the DAX down 130, 50 down 65 spot 9. We'll bring that to your attention. The Dow is down 149, Nasdaq's down 39, and the ESZ8 is down 11 points, guys. 11 points, trading the 3 evens at 3/4. Alright, guys, let's take a look at that YM very quickly. Let's do it to it, as we are seeing the trade this morning kick off to a fairly aggressive start, to be honest with you, electronically. Here in the pit, not quite so much yet. I'll have that for you though when it happens live. We are seeing, guys, overlapping price activity. We did talk about that key area. The key area that we saw into the close, guys, yesterday, and we were unable to see anything sustained above it. We did actually see some weakness come in with overlapping price activity from the 26,537s all the way down into the 444s, guys, and then initiative out of balance again to the downside, and another price pattern from the 26,434s all the way down into the 369s, and we are currently initiative out of balance trading the 338s last. So, guys, initiative out of balance on the 5-minute time frame. You can clearly see on the 5-minute time frame that we have a short lean, guys. The stop would be the 434s on the YM, right? So we have looking for a price pattern into 26,000. Well, we would invalidate that shortly. And sorry, let's just talk about invalidation. 26,434. Okay, that would be since we are trying initiative out of balance to the downside, that would be the upper extreme of the current balance that we're in. And yeah, that would definitely invalidate the lean. But guys, 30-minute bias, guys. Do we think we have it? I think we do. We have a short lean bias. Took longer to establish on the YM than it did on the others. But let's go ahead and take a look at it on the 30-minute time frame. Join me as we do. Here is the 30-minute time frame on 10 days, guys. You can clearly see overlapping price activity lower, guys, and the upper extreme. We're down right now within 20 points, 25 points of the lows from Friday already, guys. And yeah, and I do think that we can clearly say that the 540 trade back up above the 540 calls into question the short lean with higher highs and higher lows. So guys, let's talk about that 540. I think that's a good area to start to tighten that up to. So let's talk about that. We're talking about the yeah, we have a short lean bias up into 26,540. And then the 4-hour, guys, we have no bias. We have no bias on the 4-hour, unfortunately, guys. We don't have long enough sustained trade in any single direction to establish anything, guys. We're trading the 2 evens and 2 quarters, guys. That's 82 evens and 82 quarters. So, guys, we are still finding our way, right? The euro extends losses versus dollar hits the lowest level since August 30. All right, guys, so that is the we can look at the 4-hour time frame. You can clearly see, guys, overlapping initiative out of balance the upside and trade back below the lower extreme of this 4-hour time frame that we have seen up here on the highs. Guys, got to invalidate, right? All right, and so let's talk about what invalidation means to us, because I think that that's a good conversation to have. What does invalidation mean? Does invalidation mean that we can't take longs? No, sir. No, ma'am. No, it does not. What it does mean, though, guys, what it does mean is, in my estimation, it does mean that that the longs are going to have just as good of a chance as being right as the shorts will, guys, and actually perhaps a bit better, because now we're going to have 30-minute leans established to the short side. We're going to have 5-minute leans established to the short side. We're going to have some more supportive trade of the activity down, guys, of the activity towards the downside than we will have towards the upside. And we are seeing that Russell, guys, in the overnight session initiative out of balance to the downside. Wow, look at that Russell go. It's not seeing massive directional trade, guys, but we are seeing continuation, slowly and surely overlapping price activity, guys. So yeah, definitely something I wanted to bring to your attention, something that I wanted to highlight in the trade for you today, guys. That dollar has seen a bid. Wow, look at it go, guys. It's up 40 cents on the day, and all of that 40 cents in the last, oh, well, we can just call it the last 20 minutes. That dollar, go dollar, we can, yeah, we can say the last half hour, guys. Go dollar, go. Look at you go. So yeah, the dollar is on the holla, guys. Trading in 95.993s, almost up to that 96 range. Okay, guys, on that Russell, let's talk about the Russell on the 4-hour. We did invalidate with trade back below that 1678, guys. It's how overlapping price activity, rotation lower and rotation lower, guys. So on the 4-hour time frame, we clearly invalidated. We have been unable to see. We saw initiative out of balance to the upside. Actually, let's talk about that. We saw initiative out of balance to the upside, rotation all the way back down through the lower extreme, guys. That clearly invalidates. We have no lean on the 30-minute time frame, but guys, what have we seen here? We've seen overlapping price activity here on the on the Russell on the 30-minute time frame, and I do think that that's 1652, guys. 1652 clearly acts as resistance here on the Russell. So we are looking for, that'll be invalidation of that short lean at 1652. So Russell has no bias on the 4-hour time frame. Key area has recently invalidated. We're just going to leave it there. We do have a short lean bias on the 30-minute time frame. We're looking to trade into 1652 spot 8. That will invalidate, right? And then the 5-minute bias, right? We do have a short lean bias on the 5-minute time frame. What's our key area, guys? Where you guys tell me. We're seeing initiative out of balance on the 5-minute time frame. Fail of initiative, guys. Would that trade below that 1633 and trade back up through that 16? Yeah, that's 1638, which is the upper extreme and the middle of the previous area of balance. Yeah, guys, that calls into question a lot. So we'll talk about 1637 spot 7s. Alright, guys, 1637 spot 7. So, guys, that is what we are seeing today. That's what we have seen. That's what we are likely to continue to see, guys. It's at 8:27. 3 minutes left until the trading day kicks off here. I am going to go ahead and post up all those leans for all of my friends in the chat blast. There it is for you guys. Guys, this has been a Lost Child production. It is FutureSquawk. I am Hoy, so I am Eric V. You guys can reach out to me. I did have another person reach out just on Friday. It was nice to hear from you. If you are listening, thank you for reaching out. I do appreciate you, and we look forward to having you with some active participation in the chat, and additionally bringing some heat with the trade, guys. So hopefully we can continue to develop this. We can continue to see a quality community continue to develop here, guys, and we'll do everything we can to protect the community from people who don't have its best interests at heart. But guys, I know each and every one of you do, and I do appreciate the fact that each of you guys are bringing the heat each and every single day. So guys, thank you so very much. I hope that you guys having a wonderful trading day. It is 8:28 with 15 seconds, and we are seeing, actually, wow, I see all the paper here today, guys. The large local is not here yet. Don't see him yet, guys. Our largest of the locals, and yeah, guys, we're seeing 2 halves of 275. This, like I said, this is FutureSquawk. This is a Lost Child production, and it's dedicated to my son. My son, I do love you, and I do think about you, and you are always on my mind. I only want the best for you, and I do want you to know that that even though I can't be close to you all the time, I am close to you in spirit. I hope that you can feel that, and please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You know how to find me when you're ready. Guys, we have 33 seconds left until the trading day. So those of you guys who are joining, those of you guys who are here, those of you guys who are, I do appreciate you. And have a happy, successful 175s and 2 evens. Have happy, successful Columbus Day trading session, my friends. We bring the heat every single day. Thank you for being here.